Your interpretation has everything. It means everything because nothing has inherent meaning until you give it meaning. From the time we're born, we're taught to label things. You see, in the world, every experience is neutral until your mind labels it. Whether it's something good, bad, painful, empowering, it all depends on how you label it. Interpretation is the first act of creation. And you see, it's not the past that defines you, it's your interpretation of it that does. You're not a victim of your story, you're the storyteller. The meaning you give your past either imprisons you or it sets you free. And when you change your lens and you look at life differently, you can see that. But if you're hung in there and you're emotionally attached to something, oh my God, you're going to keep telling that story. You're going to defend that story. You're going to be the victim of that story. And you're going to make that story the essence of who you are. And that's the energy you radiate in the world. In other words, that's the interpretation or focus of lens that you're going to emulate through. And the world's going to look that way to you. You see, emotional freedom begins with conscious interpretation. Triggers are not about what's happening, they're about how you're interpreting what's happening. The big thing is someone's doing something to us. No one's doing anything to us. They're doing it for themselves. It's our interpretation of what they're doing that's doing it to us. The moment we become aware of our story, we begin to choose and reclaim the power to choose peace over pain. You see, your identity, my identity, everyone's identity is built on the meanings we've chosen to believe. And who we think we are is a product of all of our accumulated interpretations. When you rewrite those meanings, you reshape your self conduct. And now you open the door for radical transformation. But not until then. I know that most people try to get other people to change. Most people try to get the situation to change. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying, but if you've done it for a long time and nothing's changing, guess what? It's not going to happen. I know there are times when I'd like to see things differently with my wife, but guess what? That's who she is. Has she changed? Yes. Is she what I dreamed she would be? No, because it's my dream. She's not here to fulfill my dream. She's here to fulfill her own dream. My role as her partner is to accept it and support her as she does it. Now, her dream is not a toxic dream. It's not something that's horrible or anything. It's just different than mine. That's okay. Now, that doesn't mean that in every relationship, if it's not toxic, or if it is toxic, that you stay in it. No, no, there are times when you need to get out of a relationship. There are many times in my ministerialship, people would ask me, and I would ask them the question, what do you think? What would be best for your soul's growth? I let them make the decision because you know what? I don't know what's right for anyone. I know what's right for me. I know I went through that crucial time at about year 7 or 8. I forget now which year it was in my marriage. 7, I now remember, where I had to discern my wife was not my fantasy anymore. And do I stick with it? And my mother, my beautiful little Italian mother, said to me, Lee, you don't want to become the biggest a-hole that ever walked the planet because you will never find anyone who unconditionally loves you the way that woman does. And that hit me. And I had to reclaim a new point of view that it wasn't about her fitting my image. It was about the love I was getting. And it took a little while, but then I was able to start giving that love back. Love means the awareness and acceptance of our wholeness, the awareness and acceptance of the wholeness of other. Love has nothing to do with liking a person. Love has nothing to do with staying with a person. It's just honoring that they're whole like they are. Stop trying to change them. You have one person in the world that you can change, and that's you. And that's a big enough job for anyone. So, with that, my friends, remember what you see is your interpretation of what's there. And no one's going to see it the same way. Once you get that in your head, you'll start to see life differently and you'll react differently to people. You become the conscious creator. And there's nothing better than being a conscious creator. You're not trying to control, you're just seeing the world differently. And with that, much love and aloha.